Not so long ago I rebuilt the rear wheel of my touring bike. That's the video you're seeing now, and there's a link to that in the top right hand corner of the screen. Unfortunately, after just about an extra 3,000 kilometers, the rear wheel developed a problem. In this video I show you what I did to reclaim that wheel. Now I won't cover the wheel rebuild and the truing, as you can see that in the other video. I'll concentrate on the hub and spokes, in particular how I reused the old spokes. Now over to the wheel parts. The rear hub in my touring bike has reached the end of its life, and I'm replacing it with this more modern ARC hub that I obtained from Aliexpress. As the flanges are of a different size, that means the spokes need to be slightly shorter. There's a video in the top right showing you how I calculated the spoke lengths. I have set up this jig whereby I have a spoke that's clamped in a vise. I set up a stop made out of a steel ruler. Once the spoke is in there, I can take my hacksaw and I can just saw the end off. Once I've done that, I file the end flat and remove any burrs. I've finished shortening all of the spokes. I've made the drive and non-drive side the same length. Next thing to do is to rethread the ends of each of the spokes, and for that I'll use this little threading tool that I picked up about 25 years ago. On the ends of each of these spokes is actually still a little bit of thread, which will help start the threading process. So now I've got the spoke set up. Here's the spoke clamped with that nut. The thread is formed by these rollers, and I specifically call them rollers because that's how the thread is formed on this. The threads are rolled onto the spoke rather than the material from the spoke being cut, and that makes the thread much stronger. Now I want these threads to go 11 millimeters down from the end of the spoke, so I need to rotate this handle once the thread starts 22 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 22. So that then should be about 11 millimeters, and that's all of the spokes rethreaded. So why, instead of just buying some new spokes of the correct length, did I go to the effort of cutting these spokes down and rethreading them? Well, I suppose basically it's because I don't like throwing things away, and these are actually quite good quality stainless steel spokes. Under the 20,000 kilometers that I used these spokes, when in this old hub I didn't have one break, and inspecting them I determined that the risk of these reused spokes failing was minimal. Firstly, by using this watchmaker's loop in order to inspect the J-bend end for potential cracks and other damage, and secondly, applying a bit of engineering fatigue theory. By being careful like this, I have reused spokes in the past and not had any real issues. And it also saves me about £30 if I had to buy a new set of spokes. So for me, reusing these is a positive thing. As I stated earlier, I won't show you how I rebuilt the wheel or I trued it, but here is the finished wheel. I'm now ridden a few hundred kilometers using this renovated rear wheel, and all is good. This video might only be a few minutes long, but I've invested several hours in making it. So if I could ask you to invest a few seconds of your time by hitting the like button, that would help me and the channel out greatly. If you'd like to support the channel financially, you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee page in the description. I'll be putting any funds generated towards better audio and video equipment. My sincere thanks to those that have already contributed. Of course, if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments section and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Finally, if you want to subscribe, you can hit the 5-minute velo roundel now. And here are a couple of other videos that you might be interested in. From me until the next video, it's goodbye.